Welcome back to Project 94 for another Diecast review. We're going to be taking a look at Kurt Busch's 2022 McDonald's number 45 Toyota Camry for $23.11, which happens to be his final ride in NASCAR, and hopefully he's able to come back. But this was the paint scheme he ran at Pocono, where he got knocked out because of the next-gen car being the next-gen car. Hard, rigid, and extremely dangerous for these drivers. And of course, this is the paint scheme that he got knocked out in, which is really unfortunate. That's really all this car is going to be memorized or remembered for, which is really unfortunate because this was a really cool paint scheme. And of course, this car ended up not being run with the proper scheme at Pocono because it was a matte black, kind of like what they did with the Chase Elliott throwback car, which that car was just... Oh, but hey, wait a second. This car didn't get the Ty Gibbs version. However, we were able to get this car completely finished. But the Chase Elliott car, we didn't get completely finished. How do you like them apples? So, everybody that thinks Chase Elliott, you know, I'm not going to bring it up. So, let's get this diecast review on here. Yes, this one's on a base for I don't know what reason. Let me put this box over here. But yeah, here it is, the complete paint scheme. So, that is very intriguing to know that, but probably because they had Kurt Busch's name and his, his likeness already confirmed for this diecast and all the contracts and all that. So you better release this car like this. So that's probably why we didn't get the test version of it, which I'm glad we got this one over the test version. That other one would have been Ty Gibbs' first NASCAR Cup Series start. But this paint scheme looks a lot better when it's finished. I mean, just look at how beautiful this car is. And yes, this is different than the Bubba Wallace car. So McDonald's actually changes their paint scheme when they have a different driver behind the wheel. Got number 45 right there, Camry, 2311. Once again, the covered up hood vents, that's a problem. That is a problem again. You got the McDonald's logo right there. You got Toyota, Kurt Busch, number 45, Sunoco. Goodyear, NASCAR Cup Series, number 45, Kurt Busch. The race winner sticker from Kansas, Toyota, Moneyline, Mobile One, Mac Tools, and 2311. You got TRD, which is on all the Camrys. You have McDonald's right there. You got the Michael Jordan, the Jordan brand logo next to the rear quarter window sticker right there. You got Toyota Camry, TRD. You got McDonald's, the M, the golden arches, right on the trunk lid, and of course you have the 45. And the Toyota logo with the red box, because that usually changes depending on the scheme and the colors and all that. No Monster Energy here, or here. You got Kurt Busch and, of course, the two McDonald's logos. So for the paint scheme itself, it's spray painted the classic McDonald's red that it's always been painted in, even for the Bubba Wallace one. You got a black splitter and a black spoiler on this car. And, of course, it's going to start out with underneath the front vents. It's going to be all yellow for the striping right there with a white outline to it. Very cool how they use like stripes and wrappings of colors to go around the grill details. That's really cool when the sponsors do that. McDonald's here absolutely knocked that out of the park with that one. Majority of the front of this car is all red, but of course you're going to see a bit of a gap right there for the white stripe, which is going to take part in a lot of the scheme. So with the way the red looks on this car, this is actually a little fry container, which is, if you look at it up like this, you can see like kind of like the curve right there and the fry sticking out. You got a piece of ketchup on that one, which is really cool. And of course, you're going to have, it's going to wrap all the way around the front portion of the car and kind of just angle down. If you look at it from this angle, and it just has the fry container opening and it just scoots up and then comes right back down. Wraps around the 45. The McDonald's logo slanted there, which is cool. And of course, the red is just going to go straight towards the front wheel right here. And of course, the white gap is just going to keep on spreading all the way around it. And of course, it's going to stop right at the biofuel logo and the taillight around the McDonald's. The white is going to become red once again. And the back is also all red. Now, the black portions is just because Monster Energy, if you guys don't know, absolutely has to have black wrapped around their logo. So that means they had to put black right there. You can see the way it wraps underneath the taillight, wrapping towards the white Toyota little stripe right there. And of course, the deck lid's going to have to be black as well. And it looks like we got a curved fry looking thing here. Wrapping around the rear quarter windows. A little bit part of the roof, the bottom of it. You got black roof rails on here. It's going to wrap to the other rear quarter window. And that's a pretty simple scheme. One of my favorite parts about it, of course, check out that slanted McDonald's logo, as I pointed out before. That looks really good. I actually love the look of that. Now, let's take a look at the numbers, because usually we do that first, but it didn't pan out that way for this video for some reason. Got the yellow outline and the black number fill-in. It's going to be like this as well over here. The yellow outline and the black number fill-in. It's going to look like this under the headlight and under the tail light. Now, this is a really, really cool car that would have ran under the Kurt Busch name, which I really like this scheme. When I first saw it, I thought it was really cool. I was like, man, I really hope they don't cancel this one because it's actually a different McDonald's car than the Bubba Wallace one. Really cool to know that for each driver that McDonald's sponsors, they actually changed their scheme. If you guys remember the Baconator car and... hold on a second. Baconator's a Wendy's thing. What were they calling it? Team Bacon for the 43, and then the Team Classic, which ended up just being the standardized McDonald's car for that year, 2019, for Kyle Larson. So there's already been a couple nice McDonald's cars. And of course, these are cursed paint schemes because every time the McDonald's car is on track, something happens to them. So that's just kind of a fun fact you'll learn from the NRF channel, which if you've seen that video, you know what I'm talking about. And this is another little highlight of that. Kurt Busch is out with a concussion, which is really, really just awful to think that, because Kurt Busch definitely had at least 1 or 2 more years left, if not one more. So it really sucks really bad to not have Kurt Busch out there and to have this scheme properly run with Kurt Busch, because this is a well-designed McDonald's car. And this ended up being his final ride. If he doesn't come back, this will be up there with the Matt Kenseth, the Dale Jr., except this was an unintentional final ride. He did not at all intend on that Pocono race being his final one, because he was going to finish the season. And this car was still going to be available. And of course, who knows what would have happened to Tyler Reddick. So, Tyler Reddick is not going to be in this car. Man, Tyler Reddick's going to be in this car. And it's going to be really exciting to see what he brings to this team, because Tyler Reddick surprisingly decided to out of nowhere leave RCR and then join this team, 2311. They would have had to add a third car. And now that third car is going to go to Travis Pastrana? Wow, that's interesting. Travis Pastrana. He's going to be in the third Daytona 500 car. We don't even know what the number of that car will be. So, kind of a little bit of a news flash there to go along with this McDonald's diecast review. Really interesting to see that this diecast was made. I'm really glad it got made with Kurt Busch and his name. Just really cool. I mean, the Ty Gibbs one, only the Ty Gibbs fans would have wanted to get it, which was the matte black, like, test type of car. Really cool. I like the red on here. It's really, really nice. Just the classic McDonald's red. Don't need to touch it up so much. The black numbers on a McDonald's scheme, I really like that. That's a really cool attempt at a new design technique for the McDonald's cars. I really like that. It's really cool. With the yellow outline on there, that just looks like really sharp. Like, just look at that behind the red backdrop. That's just really cool to see that on there. Now, of course, this car, all the McDonald's cars, I still don't know why this car's on a base. There's no Monster Energy on it because, like I said before, they can't have it on the 164. So, yeah, that's going to be a bit blank. If you're a die-cast custom maker, you're probably going to want to place some Monster Energy logos there if you have the proper water slide decals, instead of just putting a paper decal on there. But, you know, people will find their ways to have Monster Energy 164s. And what's quite interesting is McDonald's, as far as I know, doesn't sell Monster Energy products. So to have McDonald's, 2M sponsors, McDonald's and Monster Energy on the same car, quite interesting. I think McDonald's is more of like a Coca-Cola, Dr. Pepper. You really don't think of having energy drinks. Like, you don't go to McDonald's and get a Big Mac and then we'll just be like, I want to get some Monster Energy to go with that. No one really does that. So that would have been really cool to have a diecast with that on there. But of course, they can't do it. So But back to the reason why this car's on a base, I don't know. That is just something that's... Now, apparently, I've heard that this car is on a base because McDonald's is a fast food brand and they can't market it to kids, which is just... I still don't get that. But it's nothing official. It's just stuff that I've been hearing about this car here. So we do a 360 view. So here's the front of it. Here's the hood. Here's the right side. Here's the back. Here's the deck lid. Here's the roof. Here's the left side. And the chassis. So... stay tuned for more diecast reviews on Project 94. We got a couple new ones. We got this Kevin Harvick one right here. We're going to have a 124 diecast review, which I teased in one of my community posts. So if you guys still want to tune into that, please subscribe to the channel. And of course, we're still developing and still trying to grow this channel. And of course, this Kurt Busch video is going to be a part of that. So just a beautiful car. If you guys haven't gotten it yet, I don't think it's too late to get it. I think the Lino Racing store kind of got this one in a bit late. This was originally going to come with the Blaney and the others, the first couple videos that I did, but they must have either missed the shipment or they were out of stock by the time I had first seen this wave of cars come out. So I was able to get my hands on it, so that's all that matters. It was this car and the Kevin Harvick that were together like that, so... Thank you all for checking out this diecast review. Comment, like, and subscribe, and we will see you guys in the next diecast review. And always remember to make sure you know what you're doing when you're putting decals on your diecasts.